Hi, I'm Andrew Marr and I'm a Flex developer.
My name's Chris Maisano. I'm the art director at Citrus.
My name's Hilliard and I'm a cold fusion person.
I'm Glen Peterson. I'm a senior developer at Cummins Nitro.
My name's Apostola. I'm the creative director of portable content.
Hi, I'm Todd from Gruden. We're a big Adobe house and love their technology because it makes our life so much easier.
We're a digital studio that creates imaginative online products and projects for clients and for ourselves.
We're a full-service digital marketing agency, basically specialising in working with some of the biggest brands in Australia.
The types of projects we work on are pretty varied actually. We do a lot for the high-end creative end, so Disney Channel.
So I do a lot of Flex, Air development, Flash development as well.
That includes the sort of well-acclaimed portablefilmfestival.com and a range of other projects.
Borders, Sports Girl, we work from everywhere, from the fashion industry to really corporate sort of brands.
For the government, so a lot of business application development. And that's utilising sort of technologies such as cold fusion as the underlying platform, which is utilised for all of government, both federal and state. And so we've got the really geeky aspects, which are nuts and bolts, and then at the front end we've got the nice creative as well.
Up until the start of our most recent project, slightly more Flex actually recently, because that's really been going along in leaps and bounds, but now a lot more cold fusion at the moment.
Predominantly Photoshop, Flash, Illustrator, After Effects. We're doing a lot of video stuff.
But interface design using Illustrator or
within Flash as well, and obviously doing a lot of coding and things like that in Flash, building e-com sites in Flash.
For the cutting up of HTML all across the board.
I just like mostly the integration between them all, the familiar shortcuts and tools and things.
Right from day one, I don't think a day has gone past where we haven't utilised Adobe technologies, and that's both in cold fusion as well as Flash.
The ease of use and the way in which they cross between each different part of the production environment.
Because we can get a so much more sexier look through Flash, animation and sort of more richness.
Mostly they're just a lot of fun to use.
CS4 was where they really started. They obviously had a longer term plan to build CS4 over CS3.
Players are getting more and more advanced, so you can do more things with videos, and a lot of them are interlinked between each other, so you can really sort of use After Effects and Flash within the site, and it all streams really well.
You know, all the things that they're worried about, the designer developer workflow and stuff, these are all heading in the right direction. So Adobe definitely knows what things we need to do.
Sort of things are getting more and more interlinked, I guess, and becoming really seamless across each program, so it's great.
The days of old of design goes off and does their bit and then cuts it up and then hands it over to programming and whatnot, although that still exists, the lines have very much got a lot blurrier. So the creative can take their design and the sort of implementation so much further, and the developers, I guess, can really snap in the core components as opposed to doing the sort of nitty-gritty that used to happen in the earlier days. For us, the efficiency between the different product suites has really allowed us to streamline our development process.
So I think it's that kind of interactivity that you have that sort of fosters interactivity when you're using the products, which is really works for us, and it's why we don't use anything else.
The perception has to shift. Back in the early days of 640 by 480, then 800, 600, 1024 by 768, etc., that perspective is sort of heading out the door. Now it's not what is it going to look best on and what do we optimise for, it's what's the lowest common denominator. So mobile devices and having the site displayed properly on those devices is probably key, because so much more traffic is heading towards the mobile platform these days that the first point of touch is probably going to be on a device.
I'm mostly looking forward to the new animation tools in Flash.
It's amazing every 6 months what's possible to do on the Flash platform, and by that I include Flex and media services and all these things. It's just, you know, so much further. You know, it really, if you told yourself 6 months ago what was happening now, you would have been saying pull the other one. You know, it really has been coming along very well.
Air becomes more interesting because it takes you out of the browser, and what it does is it gives you the ability to actually not only run offline, but to get access to a lot of stuff that's already sandboxed off because of the browser, so access to the file system. The local storage of data via SQLite is a really good thing because we can actually start to really do some interesting stuff with the way that data can be stored. The developer community in Australia actually compares really well.
But on a worldwide scale, I say that a lot of the work that we do over here, both in the creative space as well as the development, is just as good, if not better, than the rest of the world.
And so that's a big thing for us, is that we're very can-do, we're very prepared to give things a go. The Aussies traditionally will work with a product right from alpha release if they can, and start putting things into the wild, produced from those alpha releases. And so, believe it or not, there is this quiet observation going on from the US as to what we're doing over here, because we are doing stuff with the beta products, and the Yanks are actually quite interested to know what we Aussies are doing, because they are sitting back and waiting, and so we're often leading the way.
Yeah, it's amazing how receptive, when I go to universities and things like that and talk to the students, how receptive people are there to the technology once they understand what it is and what you can do with it.
I do a lot of creative stuff outside of work, so at the moment I'm starting a jeans label.
I'm a big sailor, keen sailor, so I do a lot of yacht racing.
I love my music, I play the drums.
Building my second boat.
I'm usually riding my bike.
Playing around with the kids.
I do a lot of design stuff just outside of work for fun.
With my family and my 2 girls and my wife and the dog, which isn't, well, I don't really count as part of the family. Everyone else bought it and I'm just nice to it, I tolerate it.
We're actually becoming app developers, not web developers, but app developers in many respects.
The rich internet space is hot.
But the workflow has improved drastically, and it means a lot more harmony, I guess.
So there's huge opportunity in the market, especially in the flash and flex sort of regions.
And I really think that that's the way that applications are going. It's not over by a long shot.
No, I think it's all very, very positive, even though we're down in this small sort of corner of the world. It's all very good.